those of you here, let them listen. So I want to talk about the occult and also how the Israelites fell away from God in the Old Testament. How, like, because we see part of the Red Sea, we see the tabernacle, God's presence going in there, and all these incredible miracles that God was doing for the Israelites over and over and over again. And then we think, how could they possibly mess it up? How could they possibly go for idols? Because it's control versus surrender and faith. That's the root of what it is. Okay, and in Stephen's address to the Sanhedrin in Acts, he says that they were given over to the worship of the moon and the stars. So yes, and then that's what's so cool about what Jesus did when he had the star, which may have been an angel, who knows? But the wise men saw the star, and then people are, oh, that means that we should be looking at the stars. But like, you got all the information that you need right there in your Bible. It tells you about everything, okay? Because the reason what they were wanting was constant what to do, constant wanting to know what to do. And we do that all the time, trying to decipher what God's perfect will for us is. Guess what? He's going to be with you no matter where you go. As long as you're not sinning and trying to appease God and trying to follow what you feel a slight calling in your heart to go do, that's going to work out. Just keep working at it. Okay, you don't need to know every single step, what you should do every single day, because what you're wanting is witchcraft. Okay, what you're wanting is like a seeing eye, well, whatever it's called, like don't do this, but do this, about every single decision. God gives you a lot of free reign, right? He made us in the image of Him, meaning that we have our own free will, meaning that we can make our own decisions. And so then He wants us to bring the glory back for Him, and then there's blessings and all this stuff, and He's a good God and all that. But they were given over to the worship of the sun and the stars and the moon. Okay? And what's my point about getting at this, and how does this play into the occult? Okay? So they tried to take salvation into their own hands. They tried to take understanding God into their own hands. They tried to take all this into their own hands. They thought that they knew everything, right? And then in Acts, they send these Jewish spies to go infiltrate the church, because the church was having true miracles. The church was having actual stuff. And so then the Jews and the Sanhedrin and the Pharisees, not all of them, like some Pharisees became believers and some Sadducees, I'm probably sure did, but they were sending Jewish spies to go infiltrate in there and tell them, hey, you have